Today we're spectating a Season 3.5 top 5 Iron Fist player to see what they do better and how we can improve together. So we're spectating our player here, Yuri Sajik, or I don't even know how you say this guy's name, but we'll call him Yuri for this video. I want to spectate Iron Fist because, to be honest, Iron Fist didn't get a ton of play in the start of Season 3, but now he's got a slight buff in the 3.5 update. I actually think he's pretty viable. Now, also there's an Adam Warlock on the team as well, which I do kind of want to spectate for a future video because I think Adam Warlock's changes were pretty significant and we covered them in a full video, so if you do want to check that out, you can watch that at the end of this one. But like I said, we're spectating Iron Fist and his new team up as well because Luna is part of his team. He did manage to take out the enemy team Luna though, right there. But like I said, I want to see how he does, right? And he does get taken out here at this point. The thing with Iron Fist is on domination points, he's kind of difficult to play as well. He's better for like convoy matches. But as you can see, utilizing his block extremely well there, taking out the Blade, and probably one of the only heroes that can 1v1 Blade and do a really good job. Because Blade is seriously good, man. Like, people don't realize how versatile Blade actually is at kind of fighting absolutely everything. So right now he's struggling to find his kind of swing into the game. He is finding it a bit tough at the moment. He does get a couple of blocks in. And then tries to get out of there with the punches. Now that did actually get nerfed quite a while back now, which is a bit unfortunate. But he manages to get the health pack, which is pretty cool. It was a swift kick into that health pack. A couple of blocks now, trying to escape with the fast punches, but we cannot do that as efficiently as we used to be able to anymore. So he's built up enough ultimate charge here almost, which is pretty good to see. He's in his healing state right now, which he should be granting any teammates overshields if they're right next to him. So he's diving with a Venom now, which is quite good. I think the Venom's been there the whole time, but Venom's pretty solid for 3.5 season, which is actually pretty good to see. But again, we're kind of holding off. The enemy team's capped this point really, really well, by the way. They've done a really good job here at keeping us held back, and we've not been able to kind of get into the swing of the fight at all. Popped our ultimate here to try and get at least a pick or two. A couple of blocks in. But still not got any substantial picks until just now. We've got a pick on the two supports and also the tank. So we should have won this team fight now. And all we're doing is trying to hold off on at this point now. So we need to do a really good job at keeping a hold of the point and not letting it go. So as you can see here, we've got a Blade who's kind of staggered. So we get him out. If the Punisher and the Blade are slightly staggered with their DPSing, then you kind of want to offset the times of when the enemies respawn back, right? But they've still got tons of time because obviously we've not even capped the point nearly 50% yet. Again, granting that overshield to our teammates, which I think is really good. Jumping in on the tanks at the moment, trying to put as much damage down, and it still seems as if Iron Fist cannot output nearly as much damage as he used to be able to with that percentage-based damage. He's not quite as strong as he still was before, so the buff doesn't seem to be substantial enough in terms of his damage output, which is a bit sad to see, but he's one of those heroes that are quite annoying to play against. But now that we're happy through the gameplay, if you are enjoying this video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, as we'll be spectating a lot more in terms of Marvel Rivals, especially when it comes to any of the hero adjustments for the Season 3.5 update. And let's get straight back into this Iron Fist gameplay because we wanted to see a bit more from our player here, Yuri. So a quick map change, of course, and we're back in on the next round. And as you can see, we're trying to kind of hold on to this kind of piece of cover here. See if we can dive some enemy players. And we've got a Psylocke as well, which is good to see. So I want to see how this kind of plays out. We've got someone to kind of flank with. Get a block in here. Trying to use our fast punches to kind of gain some high ground and evade some attacks, and we are taking a bit of damage here, but we managed to escape with the spin kick. The spin kick is a great tool to escape, but especially go and grab health packs with, because you cover so much surface area as well. You're very likely to actually touch the health pack as well, because you're spinning as well. So again, it's such a cool mechanic to kind of escape. Get a couple of picks there actually. Might get the Strange out. Most likely will get the Strange out because he's by himself. But we also get taken out there. But we do get a couple of picks. Spawn back in now. And like I said, domination for Iron Fist is a bit of a tough kind of map. And obviously this map in general is quite tough because there's not a lot of kind of flank spots or dive spots you can use. This is a really good spot he's standing in right now to keep himself above the enemy team, and he's trying to stay above this Punisher, blocking any damage that's coming in here as well. Unfortunately gets caught by the Emma Frost ult and gets taken out, but he does get a respawn right back off of his rocket, gets his ultimate, pops that, and we're getting the Strange out here if he gets no heals. Do enough damage to quite a few enemies, but we're not taking anyone out, unfortunately, and this is where that kind of damage, as you can see, the damage nerf has not helped him a lot because it got nerfed before it got buffed, and even with this new buff, he's not able to outfight or out damage any of the healing that was happening to that enemy team right there. So back in the fight again, doing his blocks as usual. The gameplay loop for Iron Fist is the same. It's just that he's just really not that good anymore, and his damage output just seems to be super weak for some reason. Obviously, the enemy team's pretty decent at the game, and they're healing each other really, really well. But even saying that, it seems as if he's struggling to take out one hero at a time, which I feel like shouldn't be the case for Iron Fist. He used to be one of the best heroes at a 1v1, and now he's no longer kind of that guy, which is a bit unfortunate because Blade's kind of taken that spot, but Blade is far more versatile than Iron Fist. And I feel like Iron Fist should kind of be that guy that can at least 1v1 most people when it comes to it, because he does output a good amount of damage, but obviously he is just a melee based hero. So he's healing up now, providing that overshield to any of his teammates that are inside the bubble. He's not got any allied health bars on, which is obviously the thing that we can't see. Blocking up there, focusing the Doctor Strange, which we can actually fly into here. He does get grounded, and then we are still focusing on him right now. Doing enough damage though, we are putting damage out. It's just that it's like we need like a Mantis or something for a damage boost to make sure we get the finishes, right? And that's why I think Mantis is actually really good for this season. Or season 3.5. I think Mantis is actually one of the best heroes in the game because everyone needs that damage boost. Storm is actually a really good pick as well because of that damage boost, and because the damage output right now seems to be very, very low. I feel like every team needs either a Mantis or a Storm to kind of boost that damage. And hopefully there's more heroes coming soon when it comes to supports and things that can provide damage boosts. I'd love to see that. Taking up the high ground, obviously running on the walls to try and kind of catch the enemy by surprise, as we always do with Iron Fist. Focusing on the Punisher, this is a good way to get a kill, hopefully. But we don't get any picks there. We're standing inside our Psylocke ult, helping our Psylocke out, try and get the finish. We might get the rocket too, which we do. Taking out the rocket ultimate as well, which is part of our job here because Iron Fist can destroy that pretty quickly. Then we're on to the Doctor Strange, right? We get this wipe, we've capped the point, and we've won the round. It's 99 on 99 here, so we just need to make sure the enemy team's pinned back, they don't get to the point, and that is what our team is doing right here. So final round now, and we're on the last map of the domination game, and as you can see, we're trying to fight the Punisher, but he's in his spawn. Crazy plays there. Doctor Strange portal with the Punisher in his spawn with his turret, trying to get an easy pick, but he doesn't get one. We're not silly enough to fall for that trick. Get a couple of blocks in, try and fly out of there after dealing a bit of damage, get healed up, and we've got our ultimate to pop whenever we need that as well, which he does right now. Get a couple of blocks in, as you can see, focusing the Doctor Strange as always. Get the wipe on him right there, which is a really good pick, and get the Emma Frost, and we might get the Invisible Woman as well. This guy's crazy screen shaking all over the place. I don't know if he's actually purposely doing that just to try and see if he locks onto someone or what, but it's a tech, I guess. Healing up again. It's good if his teammates kind of stand next to him a little bit to get that extra kind of health boost, but I guess they're not too bothered by that. Picks a good flank spot now. He's actually waiting a little bit, and now he's ready to go. Once his team is engaged the enemy team, he's then picking his time to kind of sandwich the enemy team into his flank there, which works amazingly well, actually. As you can see, the Venom also just kind of doubles up and dives with him, which is cool to see that they're playing together. The Venom combo with the Iron Fist seems to be working pretty well. And then Psylocke is also another flanker as well. So there's a lot of flankers going on here. And then obviously Magneto's really good at holding his own. So if you are going to kind of play this kind of flanker play style with your friends or teammates, make sure you have like a Groot or a Magneto, because it just makes more sense to do that. And then we're again on this kind of fighting where the Luna's got so many anti-dive tools now. It's just nuts. I feel like Luna has so many OP movesets. They've picked an Adam Warlock for the res, I believe. So we're kind of waiting here for our teammates to respawn back. And what I want to say is that Luna Adam Warlock team up is actually just crazy, man. How good that is for Luna to kind of counter dive is just so broken. And you can see our Iron Fist player here struggling when that team up's active, man. It's just crazy good when she can literally just heal herself up at a moment's notice and not die to anything dive related. As you can see, we've used our ultimate here. We popped it before we actually jumped into the fight. Adam's popped his ultimate right on the domination point, but we're gonna take a lot here to try and kill anyone in particular. Bit of a difficult fight to take, but we do manage to get a pick on the Luna eventually. Takes a lot of fighting, a lot of damage to be done. And now we're waiting for the enemy team to respawn. Now, if we pin them back for a couple of seconds, we could actually finally cap the point here, and that will be us over and done. But they do pop Doctor Strange portal, which we seem to be just going into the portal here, maybe to try and flank them or whatever. I'm not sure. Which we do. Pick the Luna. Luna's went back into the spawn point. Back onto the point here. Getting a health pack. Using the fast punches to escape when we need to as well, but we're also trying to stay above the enemy players here. Getting out of the way of the ultimate of the Emma Frost, which we need to do. Healing ourselves up a little bit here as well. So we're kind of just waiting here for some kind of engagement to happen, which is what we're trying our best to do. We do, again, go for the enemy backline, go for the Invisible Woman. I do believe that's Invisible Woman in the enemy team, right? Oh no, it's the Luna. Sorry, and Invisible Woman, actually. So the Adam, I believe, is switched to the Invisible Woman for the end portion of this game, which is just stronger healing output, right? And as you can see, we're just trying our best to get some kind of pick here without dying, because we need to stay on the point for as long as we can. So it's in everyone's best interest to just stay alive here. Right on the backline once more, diving with our Venom, which is great to see. Popping our ultimate now. Getting a pick. Getting another pick. This could be it. And we get the final pick there, and this will be the round most likely over at this point because the enemy team has been fully wiped. So there we have it. That's our player Yuri, who plays Iron Fist in Season 3.5. Goes 40 and 10, which is actually pretty impressive considering Iron Fist doesn't really have that damage output like he used to. And I did want to showcase that because I feel like this player, even though they were a skilled Iron Fist player, you could tell by the way they were using all the tech to kind of get in and out of fights, get health packs. They are still struggling with the damage output of this hero. And as you can see, he's only 21k damage they did. And of course, we're comparing it to like a Psylocke who doesn't really output tons of damage. But if we had someone like maybe a Winter Soldier, or even maybe like a Hela on our team, you'd see that they would output tons more damage than what we get in with our Iron Fist. And that is one thing I do want to note, is that getting picks with them now is a bit more difficult, and that's not really changed with the 3.5 update. But if you enjoyed this video and you learned something new, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and thank you very much for watching.